Menace just in. American forces, commanded by the Honorable General Mango, stand besieged by the Red Menace. The world watches in stunned silence as leaders hold their fingers poised over the nuclear button. Can one steadfast general halt the tide of Bolshevik brutes? And will American steel and metal prevail? Pray to God, for only He truly knows.
This is the map. These are my 3 objectives: the outer town, the middle town, and the HQ in the back. The enemy's likely route of attack is here. These are where my armored and mechanized units hide in concealment. They should be ready for a counterattack once the enemy gets stuck in. My mortars sit behind the HQ. Hopefully they can hide from enemy air support. The plan is to conduct an organized withdrawal from the outer objective and counter-push with a platoon of Shermans. Once the withdrawal is complete, the first platoon of Shermans can withdraw under smoke, while the second platoon pushes up on the left. At this point, any mechanized reserves I have will be pushed into the fight. Here is my force. Here is the enemy's force. These are the mission's parameters. My artillery hits likely enemy positions while my Shermans hide in defilade. It seems that we've hit something, judging by the flames rising from the ground. The enemy's smoke barrage lands all across the map. We can hear the roar of T-34s in the distance. I forgot to properly deploy this recoilless rifle, so he's just sitting out in the front. He takes a few shots at an APC and misses. This will be a recurring theme throughout the video. We see our first T-34 and it takes them out. We then get some revenge when a lone T-34 tries to work its way into the outer town. And then my first round of mortars goes off. Another enemy tank trades shots with my recoilless rifle. Some bazookas get fired. To little effect. Here you can see an overview of the situation. We've encountered enemies on both sides of the middle town. My infantry have destroyed several enemy vehicles at the front of Middletown. Outer town is assaulted by vehicles from all sides. Dawn approaches, but so does the enemy. Several enemy vehicles burn as the battle intensifies. I prepare some danger close artillery in the center as my forces get overwhelmed. BTRs unload troops and come under fire. Here is an overview with the camera rotated. My infantry hunt tanks in the outer town. right side Shermans leave defilade to flank the enemy at Outtown. My troops risk being cut off from their HQ, so I need to enable their withdrawal with smoke soon. I give orders for middle Sherman platoon to move towards battle positions. One right side Sherman lost to unknown. We punch back. I need to consolidate Outtown's forces before any withdrawal can happen. Middle Shermans bump into a mechanized platoon and go to work. You know, the T-34s do have the advantage at long range with their higher caliber weapon, but the Sherman tank can acquire targets more quickly, and it's just overall better for the crew inside of it. Now, how much that actually translates into this game is limited, but time to acquire and time to fire and all that does carry over. It's worth noting though that it takes a while for a Sherman to reload, and they don't carry that many before they have to reload. So if you're outnumbered and you don't use your terrain and pop in and out of cover, T-34s will destroy you at range. They're T-34 85s. At this point I'm starting to feel a little bit brave, so rather than withdraw fully, I'm planning on moving up my mechanized on the right side of the map. My Shermans get some more flanking shots on the enemy tanks. At this range, having a smaller caliber doesn't even really matter. It's who can spot the other guy first and fire. The south of Outtown is turning into a damn graveyard for tanks. It's the type of thing that could make you start to feel a little overconfident. Something I did notice about this game is whenever your troops are doing suppressing fire, it's damn near impossible to get them to stop shooting. If you want them to hold fire and face a certain direction and wait for an enemy attack that's more important, they won't do it. They'll just keep turning their vehicles towards the area they're suppressing. It's super annoying. That entire tank platoon was shooting at one BTR. Another wave of T-34s start to come in, and my Shermans go to work. Here comes the first set of airstrikes. Looks like some of them bombs landed right on the enemy's tank platoon. Pretty cool. Gotta love a prop plane. Rockets and bombs and machine guns. Pretty cool. But I'm not the only one with planes. Now middle platoon starts to really engage the enemy, and I'm starting to get the feeling it might be time to set a reverse order on hold. I know how the Soviet artillery is. And in the center, tanks are just crawling all over the objective, but it's really a stupid thing to do. They're going to get massacred by my infantry in a big urban area like that. It's not that they didn't bring infantry, they did. I just killed them with mortars. More good Sherman action over here on the right side of the map. Those M75 APCs that look like M113s here, those weren't out until a few years later, but it's the only HQ I can bring right now in this mod. So I'm moving up my mechanized reinforcements for Outtown. Calling the half-tracks out of there. This is the state of the map at the end of this part. As you can see, I've succeeded in my plan. Instead of withdrawing fully, I went ahead and reinforced that area on the right, and we got a lot of kills. As you can see, the score is like dead centered, so I think this is a good place to end part 1. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more.